So if I could do this all over again, what would I do differently? I would probably have a butt ton of straw at the bottom. And today I wanted to show you an update on the status of it, how I've been maintaining it, and what my issues have been. We have growth here and along the bottom, you can see. But guess what? The freaking slugs like to eat it. So one night I came out here on my regular slug patrol and I saw this giant slug just going to town on this little guy right here. Say that slug patrol is essential. I found a lot, I'm on my hands and knees crawling around. I did find a couple other slugs growing, climbing up around here. They're kind of small. But that's the update so far. Actually, I have one other little spot of growth here on the bottom. Can you see? I planted the bottom of the potato tower probably a week prior to finishing, the top portion of it. So this has probably been about, well, I'm laying on the ground now. Okay, this has probably been about 2 weeks before I started to see sprouting and growth. And the main thing is like every night I come out here after dark and just kind of look for the slugs. What I do at the bottom of the tower to hopefully prevent any slugs from the ground getting on these is I spray, see this right here? I spray ammonia around the base of the tower just to deter the slugs from climbing up, because this right here sprouting is at ground level. So if I could do this all over again, what would I do differently? I would probably have a butt ton of straw at the bottom to keep this first layer of potatoes growing higher, to keep it off the ground, I guess you could say. So what I would probably do differently, if you haven't built your potato tower yet, see, my first level of compost and potato tubers is really low. So just double your straw, because then it's a little higher off the ground. You can spray your ammonia or whatever you're going to deter your slugs with and have it higher off the ground. So that's what I'll do differently next year. Okay, so let me get up off the ground and then I'll show you a little bit more of the garden. Here we have another potato sprout. So I'm going to give them a little douse of water today because I'm about to water the whole garden because we are not getting rain for 2 more days. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. So right behind me, all of this growing here, if you're like, how in the heck does that get so luscious and huge? So this is yarrow, and that over there is yarrow borage. None of the deer like these plants, so that's number one. The deer don't like it, so it's growing great. But the second reason that it's growing so luscious and abundant and well is because last fall I amended these beds with chicken manure during the winter time and allowed the manure to settle, cool down. And so by the time that these plants were ready to come back to life this spring, they were popping because of that intense compost from the fall. We have this beautiful yellow variety, and I have a couple of these. I don't know exactly what color flowers they're going to be. Yarrow I know is a medicinal plant, but I don't know enough to tell you about it. So basically what I'm doing with my growing and gardening is that I love flowers. They bring me joy, and along growing flowers and such, I'm learning to grow food. Flowers and food complement each other in the garden, and ultimately I hope to be able to separate some of these massive plants and then expand the garden in the next couple of seasons. I love flowers. I'll say it again and again. And the only thing that I actually purchased this year that's a flower are the snapdragons. So anywhere that you see the snapdragons, I purchased those, and hopefully next season they'll reseed themselves. Aren't they gorgeous? Where did I get them from? I think I might have got them from Home Depot in a town nearby. So what we got going on here, we got some baby borage plants. So some of the big ones, they have like a million blossoms, and the bees are really thriving and loving the borage flowers. So I'm glad we have some new volunteer baby borages so that the bees can continue to be happy. I have some dahlias growing here in this section, as well as like a kale plant, but a lot of these are, all of this is pretty much flowers except for the kale. I do plan on putting more vegetables along in this area, but I just don't think the temps are warm enough to get what I'm wanting to be out here yet. I made these garden beds here with just reclaimed wood that's around my property. So I've been cutting out a lot of trees that were like growing invasively. Oh, I've been crawling around the ground. You can make garden beds just from dirt and old reclaimed wood. And this other bed over here, firewood as the border, and then I used cardboard to kill off the grass. So underneath the straw that you see, I layered the cardboard so that the grass cannot survive over here. The reason for that is because the slugs here and on the Washington coast in the Pacific Northwest, the slugs are insane. I literally see and terminate hundreds of slugs every single night. Hundreds of slugs. Grow food here, it's just what I have to do. But slugs can travel 25 feet in 1 hour. So I also patrol the yard around the garden beds, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of slugs are here every night. You'll see I have 4 big mullein plants on the corners. I planted mullein for its respiratory properties, but to be completely honest, I really just think it's cool, and that's why I planted it. I think a really good garden can consist of enthusiasm and joy and things that bring you happiness, along with the practicality of like, oh, I can eat this or use this in a different way. Well, I feel that right now my garden is small scale enough. I don't need an irrigation system, and it allows me to do, well, kind of like a meditation, just watering the garden, but also kind of a garden inspection whilst I water it. I wanted to share with you how I'm watering the potato tower. So I'm going to give it a good soaking from the very top, but also I'm going to go around the sides and do a little bit of watering kind of like on the sides as well. Just like that all the way around the edges. I know my video skills right now, you know, it's a one-person show here. Focus. And that's the same when I do slug patrol. It's a really great time for me to really see what's going on. Sometimes I get down on my hands, well, a lot of times I get down on my hands and knees, and I'm looking into the garden beds and kind of pulling dead leaves and things like that, and just seeing what's coming up. I hope you enjoyed today's video about updating you on the potato tower, about slugs, about watering the potato tower, and what I would do differently by creating a base layer that's a lot more straw so that the plants, when they sprout in the beginning, aren't so dang close to the ground. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear what you have to say. Are you doing your own potato tower? I don't believe it's too late. I believe we're right at the perfect time of year to start a potato tower. In the future, I'm going to be updating you on how I made this garden bed here and this pea planter here. I'll share that journey with you in one of the next videos. See ya.